actually don't know what that is. I'm a little bit ashamed to say that, but it sounds like police.
It's like all the stories that have been like going on about people getting shot and police officers shooting.
Probably policemen being aggressive or over-aggressive when they don't have to be, I guess.
Yeah, police brutality. I mean, for me, it stems back from when I was young, witnessing certain acts, even as a young child, witnessing acts that knowing that something wasn't right in the situation. So when I think of, you said what's the first thing that comes to mind, I think of justice, I think of sin, the corruption of power, I think of still the need to be obedient to our Heavenly Father, even in the midst of difficult situations.
Good. So, I guess you put it about it.
I think it like depends on the situation. I think a lot of the media thinks that they know the whole story, but they really don't. So like, I don't know.
I feel like it's a wrong thing to do, and that if policemen do that, then they should be reprimanded severely. Oh, okay.
When I have mixed emotions that come with it, and so even as I grew older, those had to change, especially growing in my faith and trying to look at things from a gospel perspective and seeing how God views justice.
I do. I think that they're still like making a big difference if there wasn't a police force, and I think that like if they weren't there, then things would be worse.
Things that have happened. Yeah, because I mean it's not all of them, and it's only the corrupt ones, so all the other people shouldn't have to go through that if it's not their fault.
Yeah. I think so. What helped me was having friends who were in law enforcement. It made it more real for me, right? Mm-hmm. So having buddies who are currently police officers, so connecting a real person to the badge or to the uniform helped me to see that. But it does make it difficult when you know that there's corruption behind that badge for some people, not for all.
I think that depending on the situation, I think I would apologize, but like if that wasn't enough, I would walk away.
You know, when we talk about those "what would you do" type questions, I would hope that in all of it, I will be a man of integrity. I want to stand up for what is right. I want to stand up for what is true, what is good. I'm all about peace. I'm all about peaceful protesting. I'm all for doing things in a way that honors God, but that also doesn't mean to shrink back from difficult conversations or difficult situations. So I think that's hopefully, I mean, prayerfully, where I'll land.
I don't think that it could be stopped. I think there's always going to be another story, and there's always going to be another incident that happens, so no.
I think it never can really be stopped as a whole, because there's always going to be a few bad apples in the bunch, but it will be stopped. I think maybe a certain part of it will stop, but I don't think it will ever go away for real. You know, it'll always be in people's minds. Certain people.
It will be around as long as there is sin in the world. So Genesis 3 is real. It corrupts and messes up everything, with the hopes that we long for something greater. Will sin be eradicated? No. That doesn't mean that we don't do all that we can to fight against police brutality and things like that.